The Torture Dungeon, based on a true story. My name is Wendy, and when I was 13, it was 2001. That was when the internet was fairly new. Nobody ever told me about the dangers of online strangers. After school, my friends and I would go into chat rooms and talk with other random people. One night after we got off, a random person privately messaged me. He claimed he was a boy the same age as me. We would talk back and forth for 8 months straight. He wanted to meet with me. I thought it would be okay because I thought we were friends. One night I was eating dinner with my family. I asked to be excused from the table and go to sleep in my room. My mom said it was fine, so I went. But instead I went to my room, put on my shoes and left the house from my window. I told the boy where I lived and told him to meet me outside my house. As I got closer and closer to the street, all I saw was pure darkness. No cars, no light, nothing. My inner voice kept telling me, "Go back inside, Wendy." I felt unsafe and turned around and started walking back to my window. Before I could, somebody grabbed me by the face with a cloth, and next thing I knew, I was being dragged into a basement by my hair. The whole room was dark and I couldn't see a thing. The man propped me onto a table and whispered into my ear, "It is okay to cry, it's going to hurt a little." Then he turned on the lights. I looked around and saw torture devices all around the walls. Dog collars, whips, electric staffs. Anything you could find that was a legal torture device was in this room. He grabbed a light pink dog collar and forced me to wear it around my neck. The man went behind me. Told me, "It's okay, I know you're a virgin. You told me that in the chat room, so I'll go slow." He yanked the dog collar and started taking off my shirt and pants. I was screaming for help, hoping someone would hear me. He then slapped me on the back of the head multiple times. He said, "If you don't shut up, I'll kill you." I immediately stayed quiet. After the longest 2 hours of my life, he straps a chain around my leg that was connected to the heaviest sheet of metal I've ever felt. I couldn't have moved at least 5 feet around me. At the time, I lost track of time. I gave up on life. I knew I was going to die. It wasn't if, it was when. I knew my family were looking for me because they loved me. I knew they weren't going to find me because I was in a random basement and I told no one where I went. I started hearing loud noises from upstairs. Then I started seeing lights from outside the basement door. I was so traumatized I thought it was people trying to kill me. So, I quickly grabbed the metal sheet and hid under the table. They busted down the door. I heard boots walking around the table and heard one say, "Movement under the table, come out with your hands up slowly." I thought to myself, yep, this is where I die. When I came up, I saw 2 guns pointing directly at me. One of them turned around and I saw police written on their backs. And I immediately broke down in tears. The cops told me they found me only because the person who kidnapped me was live streaming everything he was doing to me on the dark web. Someone who was watching told the police about the livestream, then the police found his IP address from tracking the livestream on the dark web somehow. He was sentenced to 19 years. I am 32 now and the man who kidnapped me will be released on my birthday.
Yeah!